Hey, what's up, guys? Just want to make a quick video talking about the new Ninja Turtle movie. My pre-thoughts, I guess, before it comes out. Straight away, if you're wondering why my microphone sounds different, I decided to change to the webcam microphone that I have rather than use my headset microphone. A, because it's just more convenient for me right now, and B, this microphone won't have that buzzing noise that my other one usually has. And honestly, I don't know exactly how to fix it. From what I saw online, it's if you have something plugged in. So I guess if you're using a laptop on a battery, it doesn't do the buzzing. But since I'm on a desktop, it's always plugged in. So who knows how to, get rid of that feature. But anyway, I was just letting you know why I'm using this microphone, if it sounds echoey or whatever, or if you hear any random other noises that you typically don't hear other than the buzzing noise, that's why, or why I sound echoey or whatever. But the new Ninja Turtle movie, people have asked my thoughts on it. I did a review on all the movies, all the movies, and by all the movies, I mean the first 3 movies, and they actually got a little more attention than I thought they would. I really didn't think they would get, much if any, but, they actually got a little more attention than I thought. Why did I not make one for the 2007 one? Quite frankly, because I don't own it. I've only seen about the first 30 minutes of it, and I'm not really a big fan of it. I like the CGI in it. It looks nice, but from what I've heard about the story and everything, I mean, there's no shredder or anything. And pretty much when I got to the point whenever it was like the Night Watcher, Raph is the Night Watcher, and Casey Jones, both of them talking on the roof, I pretty much just, stopped watching the movie. So maybe whenever I get around to getting the movie, maybe I'll do a video on it. But for right now, I don't think, I'll be doing one anytime soon. But the other thing was about the new Ninja Turtle movie, because I see a lot of people out there hating on it, and I can't say I can't say I ever hated on it, because I don't think I ever really hated on it. I never really cared about it. I mean, the only real reason I wanted to do Ninja Turtles, like the videos beforehand, was, oh, hey, I haven't talked about this, nobody really knows my thoughts on it, and, it's kind of like filler videos. But as far as the new Ninja Turtles, I really didn't keep up on too much of it. Everybody who I watch on YouTube, pretty much all say it's bad, which, it's their opinion. But I do have a couple people I'm subscribed to who have actually given it a chance and said it was good, or at least they're optimistic about it. Regardless, I'm still willing to give the movie a chance. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't want to give the movie a chance, which, it is what it is, I guess. I guess you'll give it a chance in another way. I'm sure you'll watch it online or something. But for me personally, I want to go, see it and give it a chance. Do I like the look of the new Ninja Turtles? No. I'm not really a big fan of it. But I understand that we'll probably never get the Jim Henson puppet suits again, or anything close to it. Not just because Jim Henson is dead, but just for the fact that, once the 2007 CGI movie came out, it's pretty much like, you might as well have just abandoned all hopes for the, guys in suits, which I don't think is bad. I still think it holds up, but it's not, I guess, what the modern audience or the modern day director or film editor or whatever wants to do. So, again, there you go. But even if this doesn't look like a good adaptation, which I don't think it looks like a good adaptation, but I think it looks like a fun movie. Again, I could be wrong. I'm going into it optimistically. The most I've seen of the movie, other than when people were making fun of how the turtles looked, which, again, I'm still not a big fan of the way they look, but I'm not just going to use that as, well, I'm not going to go see it now because of that, I'm not like that, I'm still open-minded enough to at least give it a chance, and, unfortunately, I gave Dragon Ball Evolution a chance, and, you guys know if you've seen that it's not that good. But you know, I think this is a lot different than Dragon Ball Evolution, because that movie didn't even feel like a Dragon Ball Z movie. Or a Dragon Ball movie, I should say, not Dragon Ball Z, but a Dragon Ball movie. Like, it was like, oh yeah, there's people with Lamborghinis and going to school and all that shit. You know, as far as I know, that was never in Dragon Ball. I never remember that. So I think it's a little bit different. People who are like comparing it to, oh, it'll be just as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution and all this other shit. So again, I'm willing to give the movie a chance, and if it sucks, I'll say, hey, look, this movie sucks. If I like it, again, I'll probably find entertainment out of the movie. And when I saw the trailer, it looked like it was fun. Like, I hadn't seen anything for it other than the looks of the turtles. I'm not a fan of the looks of them, but I wouldn't mind still seeing the movie just based on the trailer. It looks like it would be fun. Again, is it a good adaptation? Probably not. I can't judge it. I've never seen it. But from what I understand and from what we're told, it doesn't sound like a good adaptation. But I think there's also this kind of idea that there's a lot of people out there being like, you know, like, it's not like the comics, so it's bad. Or it's like because it's trying to be serious, but like it has wasted potential, I guess is what they're trying to say. So, I mean, you can feel however you want to about the movie. I'm not going to sit here and defend it up and down or attack it up and down like most people do. You're either on one side or the other, and I'm in the middle. I really don't care. I'm not that hardcore of a Ninja Turtle fan. I don't have any of the comics. I've never read the comics. The 2003 cartoon, I mean, I have enough knowledge about Ninja Turtles to know how it works, you know. I know the creators. I know the 2003 cartoon is pretty close to the comic book, and the 87 is, like, way to the left, you know, like, way out in left field. And, of course, the 2012 Ninja Turtle cartoon, I don't really have any thoughts on that. I tried watching it. It just doesn't do anything for me. I'd rather just watch the 87 cartoon and the 2003 cartoon. 2003 cartoon's nice because it's serious. You know, it still has some fun moments. But the 87 one is fun as well. But the 2012 one, it just doesn't do anything for me. Much like a lot of most modern cartoons, they just don't do anything for me. You know, I'd rather just watch old cartoons from, you know, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and even, you know, the 90s. Early 2000s, there's not too many shows that I like either. I mean, there was a couple of shows like Ed, Edd n Eddy or, you know, something like that, but it wasn't ever like, you know, I grew up with all these shows, you know. I mean, early 2000s is like my capping as to what I grew up with. And then pretty much from like 2003 on, I don't really care about cartoons, you know, because I, quite frankly, didn't watch them anymore. You know, I was getting ready to go into high school the next year, and I had no interest in cartoons, you know, and I just dropped it, you know, during my last year of middle school, and I just didn't watch cartoons anymore. You know, it just is what it is. Which makes me feel old now that I've actually said that, because by this fall it'll be 10 years since I've been in high school. It doesn't feel like it was that long ago, but, well, 10 years ago since I first started high school. It's actually only been about 6 years since I've been in high school. But same difference, you know. It just, looking at what stuff is today as far as, like, how the Ninja Turtles are, I can't knock it too much because that's today. You know, just like anything else. Just like when we're watching Ninja Turtles or whatever and think it's great, you know, your parents or my parents or whatever, they're like, back in my day, Looney Tunes was the best stuff. and Flintstones and the Jetsons, and then, you know, the generation before that. You know, I don't even know what they had for cartoons. I'd have to ask my grandma. But again, generation before that, it's like, what did they watch on TV? Did they even have TV? I know they had TV back then, but did the people who I'm talking about own a television set is what I'm asking. Of course I know they had TV back then. Christ, what the hell do you think I am, a fucking idiot? But regardless, I got way off topic. But the new Ninja Turtles, to me personally, it doesn't look as bad as a lot of people are making it out to be. I think the new Ninja Turtles is not going to be a great adaptation. It's not going to be movie of the year. It's not going to be any of that. But I'm interested in seeing it. When I saw it on TV the other day, I mean, not only did I see the trailer on YouTube, you know, I think about a week ago, you know, when I was like contemplating, oh, hey, it's going to be coming out like next week. Am I going to go see it? And, you know, here it is tomorrow, the movie's going to come out. And I plan on seeing it after I get off work tomorrow. Tonight I'm going to check the time screenings, and unless I work Saturday, I'm going to go see it tomorrow. If I find out I have to work Saturday, then I'm just going to go see it Saturday. But regardless, I do want to give the movie a chance. When I saw the trailer on YouTube, it looked interesting enough to me. When I saw it on TV, I just happened to be sitting in the living room. And it came on TV, and it was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, rated PG-13. Like, PG-13, that, like, sold it for me. You know, I just thought this movie was PG. You know, I was like, man, it's Nickelodeon movies. What are they actually going to do with it? So PG-13, that gets me interested. The fact that it's serious, granted, it's going to have its corny shit, I understand. It's going to have problems. I understand that. I understand that Michael Bay is producing it, not directing it. A lot of people, I don't think, seem to understand that either. John Leavesman, the only thing I've seen of his other than this, well, going to see than this, that I've already seen was Battle Los Angeles, and I thought that was a good movie. So, again, the other thing I wanted to mention was everybody who calls this the Michael Bay movie when he's producing it. Yet, nobody bitched that Steven Spielberg produced the Transformers movies. So, you know, it's just, I think a lot of it has to do with just, oh, it's cool to hate on Michael Bay. So, that's why everybody's throwing the Michael Bay thing around, even though the guy's producing it. But they're like, but he's producing it. See, look at how much power he has here. But nobody bitched about it, you know. Then why is Transformers not Steven Spielberg's fault? You know, it's the same concept is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't make a lot of sense when people go off saying that stuff, and then you bring up Transformers. Well, Michael Bay didn't produce Transformers. That was done by Steven Spielberg. You know, but nobody ever says that. You know, so it's kind of that thing as well. The new song, and I know this video is going to be long, you just bear with me. I haven't made a video in a long time other than that Kano video, so it's been a long time coming that I make a video, and I've got a lot of fucking shit to say. What can I say? I mean, I haven't made a video on this, and there's so much shit to talk about, so I want to cover it in one video. Fuck it. I'm covering it in one video. I'm not going to separate it and, you know, fucking milk the monetization out and be like, oh, look at that, you have to watch like 5 of my videos. You know, it's right the day before the movie, so. But, what was I saying? And great, now I forgot what I was saying. I don't remember what I was saying now. I talked about, it being produced by Steven Spielberg, and yeah, I don't remember what I was gonna say now. Shit. Well, anyway, I remember the song. Yeah, I was gonna talk about the song. I can't believe I fucked that up. The song. So I already talked about the looks. Not a fan of the looks. The the song. The song by Juicy J, Wiz Khalifa, and some other unknown rapper. People were hating on that song like, oh, fucking ninja rap is so much better. And granted, I hate modern rap now. I was a big fan of rap music for a long time. But ever since like Lil Wayne and Drake and Nicki Minaj and Wiz Khalifa and all these other fucking people started coming out, they all sound fucking generic. And granted, I'm not going to say that the rap I listened to back in 2004, 2005, all that it wasn't as just as generic. I mean, even as far as people who want to criticize rap, modern rap, and old rap is best, old school hip hop's the best, it was still the same shit. It was still, yo, I'm a gangbanger, and how many, people I shot up, and how the police are mistreating me. It's all the same shit, just a different section of people. So people were bitching about this, saying how, oh, Ninja, fucking Go Ninja Go by fucking Vanilla Ice, Ninja Rap. That was better than this, when, I'm sorry, I'm really not a fan of any of the songs. I think the Partners in Kryme one from the 1990 Ninja Turtle movie was the best. Out of all three songs that were rap songs, I thought that one was the best. Turtle power, Turtle power, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, people want to bitch about that. That's another thing somebody actually wrote. Oh, fucking Ninja Rap is better than this. Fucking, Partners in Kryme and all that. Those were the days of real rap music, because everybody always has to throw that around when they talk about rap music. That the 90s was the best, and after the 90s, rap music was shit. And honestly, I've listened to enough fucking rap music. I've listened to rap music for 10, 15 years. I've listened to it for a long time. And I have a plethora of 90s rap, fucking 2000s rap, and I don't own hardly any modern day rap. If I do, I got it from a friend who maybe I wanted a song or two off of, and he's just like, here, have the whole album, or whatever, when, he is like, here, I burnt this CD, here, you can just have this. So that's how I have any sort of modern rap. I may have liked one song, and it's like, well, here's the album. I can just burn another CD. So, I mean, it is what it is. This new song, people were saying, like, it's shitty, it's stereotypical, it's just a generic fucking rap song, about, oh, the orange Lamborghini, call it Michelangelo. That's the only thing it has reference to Ninja Turtles, which, I mean, again, you wanna talk about how this is shitty, which I'm not gonna deny that it's not good, and it is generic, but let's talk about the other ones. How about Go Ninja Go Ninja Go? You know how many people got made fun of? Granted, people think it's cool now because you have the fucking Juicy J one. So you can rip on people for that now. So now Go Ninja Go gets a pass from fucking Vanilla Ice. But you look before that, people would always bash you. They would make fun of you for that. Remember that ninja rap from Vanilla Ice? And then, of course, you have websites reporting, like, Vanilla Ice thinks the new rap song is shit. And, oh, see, 90s rap, and it just fucking halo effects back to fucking 90s rap. 90s rap's the best. It's when they're actually rapping about something that meant something, which, again, a lot of those rappers and stuff, if you actually believe that a lot of these people have shot people and, going to jail, which going to jail is nothing for a popular rap star, just like a celebrity or anyone else that goes to jail. It's not like you and me going to jail. So don't even give me that shit. But regardless, I just want to throw that in about the rap, because it's like everyone was bitching about how this rap song it's shitty and all this, but really, what's so great about the other ones? Go Ninja Go Ninja Go you know, just throwing a bunch of Vanilla Ice, Ice Ice Baby fucking bullshit around. You know, Vanilla Ice is mocked in the rap world. Nobody likes Vanilla Ice. And for whatever reason, Eminem is super popular. Probably just because he was, you know, got Dr. Dre to sign him or whatever. And so they've got the backing, the money. So that's why Eminem's really popular. Granted, I think he's a lot better than Vanilla Ice, but regardless, I think a lot of it has to do with, well, he's signed by Dr. Dre. So, you know, we could go on and on about that shit. But I'm not going on about that. But let's talk about Partners in Kryme. You know, granted, that's probably my favorite rap song. Even that has fucking problems. Raphael, he's the leader of the group. It's fucking Leonardo. But, oh, this gets the pass and this one gets shit on because it's fucking Michael Bay. Because it has to do with the Michael Bay thing. And that's just what kind of pisses me off, is people are not looking at it objectively, like saying, okay, the new Ninja Turtles look like shit. They have noses and lips. Okay, I can understand that. But you sitting here just using all these fucking arguments that don't even make sense, like the rap versions, the fucking Go Ninja Go Ninja Go and fucking Partners in Kryme rap were like a million times better. They really weren't that much better. Granted, the Partners in Kryme one I think is the best, and granted it has that little mistake about Raphael, but again, it's still a problem and nobody addresses it. No one addresses that. No one addresses that fucking Vanilla Ice was a nobody as far as rap music goes. Nobody liked Vanilla Ice. Yeah, that was the kind of time thing. It would just be like if fucking, you know, One Direction made a fucking song for Ninja Turtles. You know, it'd be no different. Or if back in 2009, 2010, there was a Justin Bieber song for the Ninja Turtles. It was just a pop culture thing. It had nothing to do with it being good. You know, and after Ice Ice Baby and Go Ninja Go Ninja Go, what the fuck other song can you name from Vanilla Ice? You can't, because there was nothing. So Vanilla Ice, if that's true that Vanilla Ice says this new one's shit, people were fucking made fun of for liking that song. Trust me, I know people who got made fun of for liking that song. And, you know, people are like, oh, Ninja Turtles, you mean that shitty rap? But anyway, I think I've gone on long enough about the rap. Again, the rap. I told you about the characters, what I think of them, how they look. Again, I think they look kind of shitty, but, you know, to each their own. The lips don't bother me. It's the fucking nose. It really is. The lips don't bother me. Okay, if the lips end up making it to where it's like, okay, we can give them like, you know, well, I guess that's not even really true. The lips aren't going to give them the better facial expressions. That's more the CGI. That was another thing someone mentioned, is that the CGI is going to allow them to get better facial expressions. You know, so they'll actually have something that looks realistic, rather than with a puppet. You know, I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. There are some shitty looking shots in some of the old Ninja Turtle movies, like when Donatello pops out of the fucking sewer hole in the first movie and he's like, let's go for it. It looks like shit. I don't know why, but for me personally, that was the only real time it looked like shit. That one time, I remember, it looked like shit. I don't know why it looked like shit in that one scene, but it did. But, like, Ninja Turtles 3 is, like, all over the place. Like, remember that part with Donatello going, let's go for it in the 90s movie? But it's like that through the whole movie. Like, it looks like shit. It does. But, you know, this new thing, again, I'm not a fan of the fucking noses. The lips, I really don't care about. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I know a lot of people made a big deal about it. The noses I can understand, because the nose looks stupid. The lips really aren't that noticeable. I really, at least me personally, I never noticed the lips that much. You know, and you're going to have to take some kind of sacrifices. I mean, there's some stuff that's just, yeah, it's going to look like shit, but what can you do, you know? And like I said, that's one thing I liked about the CGI is, it seems like even with the 2007 one, the CGI looked good. The 2014 one, you've got to be hating on this movie hard to say that this CGI looks shitty. I'm sorry, I'm not the biggest fan or judge of CGI and when it looks good or bad. From what I've always been told, CGI is supposed to look bad when, okay, you can't realistically believe that that was there. You know it's done with a computer. So, like, CGI is supposed to be like, oh, I can't tell if that's a practical effect or a CGI effect. But with fucking Ninja Turtles, there's no way you're going to make them look... It doesn't make any sense, is what I'm saying. You can't use that argument with Ninja Turtles. And I think for what they are, they look good enough. Like, they look realistic enough, like, hey, if I actually saw a Ninja Turtle, hey, that's what they'd look like. Granted, do the suits look a little bit more realistic as far as, like, the old suits? The old suits still hold up. I wouldn't mind having the old suits back. But it's just not fucking feasible. It's just like anything else. You go look at the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. And you look at Freddy coming out of the fucking wall. It was CGI. It looks like shit. Or you can take a 10-cent budget effect that they did in the original. And it looks like a million times better. I mean, there's some stuff where, okay, obviously that looks like shit. But the CGI on the Ninja Turtles, I don't think looks like shit. Regardless if it's the 2007 version or if it's the fucking 2014 version. I don't think either of them look bad. So, again, I think the practical suits are great. You know, the regular Ninja Turtle suits, and I think the CGI looks great. I don't have a complaint with either. I know there are people out there that still think they need the fucking suits. I'm sorry, but there is a point to where it's like, okay, we're living in 2014. They're not going to bring the fucking suits back. And it's not just because Jim Henson is dead. They could still make the suits. It's understandable. But, you know, when it's the Muppets or something like that, they're known for being puppets. So, yeah, they're going to still be puppets. You're not going to see CGI Kermit in a Muppets movie or CGI Miss Piggy. They're going to use the puppets because they already have the puppets and all that. With this, they'd have to craft new ones. Granted, it probably isn't going to cost as much as the CGI, but how much more appealing is it going to look? It's just like with the fucking Chucky movies. Yeah, in the 80s, holy shit, a killer doll. But nowadays, it just doesn't fucking work. And the same thing with the suits. It's just not going to work to a big mainstream audience. It'll work for fans. It'll work for Turtles fans. But you see someone fucking go in, like, you know, some 14-year-old kid going in to see Ninja Turtles nowadays or something. You know, the practical shit isn't going to do it for them. The suits aren't going to do it for them. And there's a lot of people who don't have a nostalgia attached to this movie, the old movies. So they'll watch them, and they don't have the same attachment like you and me. So, like, you know, I grew up with the fucking, at least the first one. Well, I sort of grew up with all of them, but I mainly grew up with the first movie. And then, you know, later on, I loved it, and I bought it on DVD. It was the first DVD I ever bought. The second movie, I ended up buying a little bit later, and then the third movie I bought, like, right after the second movie, after I'd watched it and enjoyed it. And then the third movie is a piece of shit. But the 2007 Ninja Turtles, again, I just don't care to see it. If it doesn't have any villains that I know, I just really don't want to waste my time with it because I don't know how I'm supposed to feel or care. The other thing being with the 2007 one, as to why I don't want to see that and why I'd like to see this, A, because this is realistic. I mean, and by realistic, I mean they're using real characters. It's not all CGI, so that doesn't mean it's all based on voices. With this, you only have to worry about the voices of the Turtles, which I'll talk about next. But, you know, overall, there's a lot of reasons why I'm giving this new one a chance. For one, I just want to see how it does. I'm not going to watch any reviews until after I see it, of course. Unfortunately, I've been linked to a bunch of, like, reviews and things because there's some people on my friends list who don't like the movie. And, again, that's fair enough. I'm not saying you can't hate on the movie. If you want to, not like this movie, okay. But there's a difference between not liking the movie and just being a fucking goddamn, just complete fucking hater of this movie. And you don't have, like, anything else better to do. You know, when I don't like something, I just let it fucking go and I don't talk about it anymore. But there are some of these guys who just sit there and keep fucking harping on it over and over and over. Like like this fucking movie raped their fucking grandma or something. And I'm not just trying to use that as a rape joke. I'm just saying, like, these people just constantly fucking talk about it. I hate this movie. Look at how shit this movie is. And they nitpick every little thing because they hate it so much. And I don't like using the word hater. I'm not a big fan of that word. I think it's kind of childish, to be honest. But I don't even know what to call these people who just simply... And I'm not just using the term no life just to throw it around like, oh, you're just jealous. Like the jealousy argument or the no life argument. No, these people... How the fuck do you have a life? When I get off work, because that's what normal people do, they go to work and do stuff. You know, and if they don't work, maybe they got something else better to do. But there are some of these people, that's all they're doing with their time online, is just sitting there talking about this movie and how shitty it is. And they talk about it every fucking day. Especially now that it's coming up close to the release date time. Just talking and talking and talking. Look at how shit this is. Hey, man, did you see all those shitty reviews on Rotten Tomatoes? I hate to fucking break it to you, but the original fucking Ninja Turtle movie that's apparently really close to the comic book and all this other shit, which I'm not saying it's not, but what I'm saying is this movie that's apparently beloved by everybody, granted, it's an audience review that's really good. The fucking critics hate that movie. Because it's fucking Ninja Turtles. You are getting bent out of shape over fucking Ninja Turtles. Shit that if you didn't even have the 87 cartoon, which people rip on, which, again, if you don't like it, it's one thing. I'm cool if you don't like it. I don't like the 2012 Ninja Turtles. It's just not my thing. I have no interest in watching it. You know, and the fucking theme. Everybody bitches about the 2003 theme. You know, and I'm like, the 2003 theme I think is better than the fucking 2012 one because it's not a blatant fucking ripoff. Like, it's like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Like, but they do it in such a way, like, from what I've heard of the 2012 theme when I saw it on TV once, I was like, this sounds just like the 87 theme, but, like, modernized. Like, at least the 2003 one, granted, if you don't like it, that's fine. But at least with that, at least it was like an original thing. Oh, but it's shitty. It's fucking generic. But it was still more original than just being like, well, let's rip off the fucking 87 theme. Which is like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop. Get your own theme. But regardless, you know, these people who shit on this stuff and say how, oh, it's gotta be true to the source material and all this other bullshit. It's gotta be true to the source material. You know, and oh, fucking 87 Ninja Turtles, they're shit, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no adaptation is good enough for these guys. But, again, you know, there's one thing, if you like the source material, okay. I like a dark, gritty story, too. But I'm not gonna shit all over fucking the 87 series. Because if it weren't for that fucking series, you wouldn't even get any more shit. You wouldn't get any more fucking comic books or anything. That series would have lasted probably a couple years. It would have been a niche underground sort of bought thing. And it would have probably phased out because probably nobody would have bought it. But now that there's so much money dumped into the investment of Ninja Turtles because of like the fucking 87 cartoon, making people, hey, look at how much money that, you know, they have. Hey, let's dump some funds in the comics section. Let's dump some funds in the TVs or the movies or whatever. You can't tell me none of that shit that's not true to the fucking source material, like the fucking 87 cartoon and, you know, all that other shit that some of you guys hate, which again, if you don't like it, I understand. People can like and dislike what they want, but you can't seriously shit on it and say, well, this is fucking dog shit, and you're not a real fan if you like the 87 cartoon. Or you're not a real fan if you like the 2003 cartoon. Or you're not a real fan if you like the 2012 cartoon. I've never said that once. I've never said somebody is not a real fan of Ninja Turtles or anything if they like this certain thing. You can like whatever the hell you want. But like a lot of these people who are the big comic supporters and fucking damn everything else that's Ninja Turtles. For one, these guys who are like real big on source material, they're boring. They are one-dimensional. They don't want to see anything do anything else. They just want to see it has to be serious because this is what the source material says. You know, and the source material may be great. I'm not saying the source material for the Ninja Turtles is bad. From what I've seen, I don't have any of the fucking comics, but from some of the pictures I've seen online, like some people, they do read the comics and they post pictures of it sometime. It looks pretty fucking cool. But, you know, there's a point to where we draw the fucking line and say, okay, do you really have to be that negative towards stuff? Oh, it's not like that in the source material. So what? So fucking what it's not in the source material? So what if it's not in the source material? So what if they change their colored bandanas and the idea of them having the same colored bandana was so it would seem like they're all around at the same time or whatever. So it's like it looks like they're really fast, which I was like, okay, whatever. That's interesting. But that's not enough for me to be like, oh my god, they better damn everybody who likes the Ninja Turtles with colored bandanas. Like, does it really matter? I mean, that is fucking nitpicking hard. That is like grabbing for fucking straws to try and fight something with. Well, the colored bandanas are fucking stupid. You know? Again, if you don't like the cheesiness of stuff, like you don't like the 87 cartoon, okay. But you can't seriously shit on it and be like, well, it's so shit and I wish it never existed. Because had it not existed, let's be honest with ourselves, folks, you're fucking lying to yourself. If you think that the 87 cartoon hasn't helped bring in profit and help extend the life of your fucking comic. Because the fucking brand has gotten the majority of the money through that. I don't know anybody. I know people who read fucking Superman comics. I know people who read Batman comics. I only know 2 friends of mine online who read fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics. And I'm not going to say who they are. I'm just saying that they read Ninja Turtle comics, and that's awesome. But I only know 2 fucking people. I know a plethora of people who fucking read Batman and Superman and Spider-Man and all that shit. And you go out to fucking the bookstore. How many Superman comics do you see? How many Batman comics do you see? How many fucking Ninja Turtle comics do you see? You don't hardly see them. You might see a graphic novel. Maybe you'll see a trade paperback. Maybe you'll see something like that. But you're not going to see it that often. Here at my local bookstore, there's no fucking Ninja Turtle comics. There might be graphic novels, and it would be a very select few. You don't see the comics being sold. You don't see the IDW comics being sold on the fucking shelf here. If I go out of town, I go an hour out of town to a big city of about 60,000 people. I go into that mall with their big-ass fucking bookstore. How much Ninja Turtle shit do I see there? Still not that much. A little bit more than what we have, but it's mainly just graphic novels. You don't get the individual IDW comics. Granted, you know, maybe they don't sell the IDW comics. I don't invest in the fucking comics. But you know what's bullshit at the end of the day? A lot of these people who are sitting there saying, well, I'm a fan of the comics. And if you support this, then you're a piece of shit, and you're this, and you're that. And half these motherfuckers are out there pirating the fucking comics. You're not even supporting it. Half you motherfuckers are pirating the shit. Well, I don't have a comic store in my area, so I can't buy them. Or I don't have the money. But you're so quick to fucking shoot down some of these people who, oh, I bought the new fucking 87 Turtles cartoon on DVD. Oh, I'm gonna go see the fucking Michael Bay produced movie. Damn you to hell, you're part of the problem. You're this, you're that, you're every name in the fucking book because you might like something that these people don't like just because it's not the source material. It's ridiculous. And I know, I'm saying this is fucking ridiculous, and I've gone on 40 minutes about the fucking Ninja Turtles. You know? What kind of life do you have? You went 40 minutes into a video. You know, I haven't made anything on this new fucking Ninja Turtle movie. I'm just making a pre-thoughts to it. If I review it after I see it, I might. I don't know. It'll all depend if I have to work tomorrow. Or, excuse me, on Saturday. It's all going to depend if I'm even, you know, accessible to a computer to do a video. But I will do one. I'm sure of it. Because I plan on seeing it. I plan on giving this movie a chance. I can't say when because I don't know if I'm going to go see it tomorrow. But I want to give it a chance. Well, A, because it's my fucking money and I can do whatever the hell I want. And B, I don't think it's worth all the stress and all the hate that some of you guys have put into this shit. I mean, you guys probably, the people who are hating on this are probably doing more research and more info looking up and more everything. You're obsessing over it more than these people who actually like it. You would rather obsess more over hating the movie than giving it a chance. And like I said, if it sucks ass, I will give you an honest opinion. I will say this movie is the biggest piece of shit. I can't believe I actually attempted to defend this movie. I will give you an honest answer because I was not pioneering for this the whole way. I actually had no interest in seeing this for a long time. I only had a recent interest in seeing it because, A, like other people have said, just give it a chance. If it sucks shit, then you don't have to go see the sequels, like Transformers. If you didn't like the first Transformers, why are you going to waste the money to go see it again? Especially these people who, you know, I hate this fucking franchise, but the new one looks promising, I'll give it a chance. And that's not me contradicting myself. That is literally how some people are. They will look at something and say it's shitty, but then they'll go see the next one. It's not like this where I've had my disagreements and complaints with things in the franchise before. And here, this is a new film. I'm going to give it a chance. If it sucks ass, I won't ever buy it on DVD or Blu-ray. I won't go see the sequels. I won't go invest any more money into it. And if it sucks, I'll admit it. I'm not completely defending this movie. But just out of all the shit I've seen over just some of these people getting so pissed off. Like, some of these people who hate it obsess more over it than the people who are just like, oh, I would like to go see it. I'd like to give it a chance. Read the comics. Yeah, half you fucking people pirate. I guarantee you most of you motherfuckers out there pirate that shit. You're sitting there pirating, yeah, look at me and my digital comic book collection. Because you don't have any physical versions. Because you pirated them all. Oh, all I gotta do is go on the Pirate Bay or uTorrent or whatever and get my fucking comics. Because that's all you gotta do. Well, see, I'm a hardcore fan, even though I'm not dumping any money into the franchise. And if you do in your comic book reader and you have them, or you may have a digital subscription, then cool. I always like people who support shit. No matter if it's good or bad, hey, they're supporting it. Hey, they like the comics. Hey, maybe this guy who grew up with fucking 87 Ninja Turtles, maybe he doesn't care for the comics. He shouldn't be damned because he doesn't like the fucking comics. If someone doesn't like the first Ninja Turtle movie, they shouldn't be damned because they don't like it. Or people who like Ninja Turtles 2 shouldn't be damned for liking it because it's too goofy. Or Ninja Turtles 3. Granted, I fucking hate that piece of shit, but I'm not going to go up to someone who likes Ninja Turtles 3 and say, hey, you're a fucking piece of shit. Why did you invest your money into it? You actually went to see that movie, or you actually paid money. You didn't just torrent it. You didn't just fucking pirate it and get it for free and just say, well, I'll add it to the Turtles collection because I'm a fan, but I'd never pay money for it. I can understand people doing that if they feel they got ripped off in a way, for example, the new Definitive Turtles documentary. It only covers, I believe, the comics, the first movie, and the 87 cartoon. I think that's it, actually. It may cover a little bit more, but it doesn't cover the definitive history. It just covers a small, the first section of the history. Nothing about the 2003 cartoon, you know, there's nothing. And then it's like, well, you gotta hope to get a fucking new volume or something to get the rest. Or you could just fucking released it as is. Fucking Crystal Lake Memories. Look at that shit. What was that, like 6 or 7 hours of fucking content? It's just things like that, again, there's some things that are understandable. If you feel like you got ripped off, yeah, $20 for a fucking 90-minute documentary, that's pretty shit. When you can give like 20 or 30 for a fucking Blu-ray of Crystal Lake Memories, and that's got a shit ton of hours. There's just no excuse. There's a difference in botching something or like releasing, like how the 2003 series released, and released with only like part of the series, and then it's like, we didn't release Back to the Sewers, or when they released it, they didn't release it like in seasons, so you had to buy it all in volumes. And then with like the 87 cartoon, they got up to like season 8 and then they stopped, and then like however much longer, then they released the last 2 seasons because they apparently couldn't find the master tapes. Which is like bullshit. Use fucking VHS tapes. There's your fucking master tape. Granted, the master tapes probably have better quality, but you know what I mean. Some people just want to have it. They don't care. As long as it's not super ass quality where I can't see what the fuck's going on, that's not that big of a deal. But anyway, I'm getting kind of tired. I'm getting, I got off work about a couple hours ago, and I had to throw up a video because, after this, after work tomorrow, I'm going across town, hopefully, if I don't work, on Saturday, and I'm going to go see the movie, hopefully after I get off work, because I get off work at 3:30. So, going from there, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever, however long it takes till I get to go see the movie, I want to go see it. So, I just wanted to make this video. I know it's been forever, 47 minutes, but you haven't gotten a good video from me in at least 2 weeks, if not more. Especially one where I talk, and get kind of ranty and just, it helps let out, especially the frustrations at work. Oh my god. Just some of the fucking stupid people there. And just things that I have to deal with right now at my new job. It's stressful, it's tiring. I make good money, though. That's the only redeeming quality. It's the only thing keeping me there is the fucking money. But for right now, it's very exhausting. And somehow I still have enough energy to bitch about this, but I'm sitting in a fucking chair, so it's not like I'm, like, physically, like, getting pissed off and everything, and I understand this didn't just talk about the 2014 Ninja Turtles. I did want to talk about that mostly, but I just wanted to get all this stuff out of the way, so people who wanted to hear a big in-depth Ninja Turtle stuff, especially before this movie comes out, why I didn't review 2007 series, I wanted to cover every base I could as to why, I did this. And I'm going to disable the ratings and comments. People don't need to comment on this video, because all it's going to be is, this video is too fucking long. You're some raging person with no life because you made a 40 or 50 minute fucking video, and you're talking about those people, but you turn around and do this, and make this long video, and you go off topic, but I don't have a fucking script or anything here. I just sit here and I talk, And that was another thing why I wanted to use this microphone and not my headset, because I figured if I'm talking, people don't want to hear a buzzing noise for 50 minutes. And, if I want to get up and move around, I can. If I want to sit down, I can. Just a whole lot of stuff. But I do appreciate you guys for watching. I do want to try and see if I can tack on anything else, but I'm, like, literally running dry. I am getting a little bit tired. When you're at a place where I work, just to finalize, I guess, the video, you have to shout where I am because you can't hear anything. and most people wear earplugs where I'm at, so it's, some of them don't, and you can tell they have hearing problems now. I always wear earplugs where I work, so it's definitely definitely loud, and sometimes you have to shout, and I kind of had a bad day today too, so that just like threw me over the edge. But like for the last few days, I was thinking about this, like, I'd really like to see it. And like last night, I just watched a shit ton of Ninja Turtle videos. I was tired, and I propped my feet up in my bed, and I've got my monitor, my TV, I guess, what I use for a monitor, hooked up to my PC, and I can watch shit from my bed. So I watched a shit ton of these videos about Ninja Turtles and stuff, and about the old stuff just for the last week, and the new stuff. And I really wanted to watch some stuff about the new movie and get both sides. I wanted to get people who hated on the movie, but I also wanted to get people who are in support of the movie, because mostly what I've seen are people who hate on the movie all the time. And, I'm one of those rare people that do want to give it a chance. And I want to see what people who are wanting to give it a chance, what they think. And there was one guy I subscribed to who was always giving this movie a chance from the start. I've always seen him never really say too much bad stuff, and all the other people I'm subscribed to are always talking shit about it, always saying it's fucking Michael Bay, and it's this, it's that, and it's shitty, and if it looks like shit, it smells like shit, then it's shit, and it's like, okay, that makes sense. And for the longest time, I did listen to those people, but I was still always open-minded. But, nothing wowed me. Out of all the fucking pictures I saw, nothing was wowing me. And the fucking designs of the turtles, I hated that shit. It looked like shit. But now I've kind of gotten over it. Initially I didn't like it. I still don't like Michelangelo's look. He still looks like a fucking Shrek baby. Or Shrek's brother or whatever. He does. I mean, I'm not gonna fucking lie. He does look like Shrek. Okay? I understand if someone says you're blind if you don't think that looks like Shrek. That is true. I'm not a fan of their look, but I'm not going to just use the look. I think the Splinter and the Fu Manchu mustache, it looks like shit too. I think that looks fucking stupid. People are saying Shredder looks like Megatron. I know I said I was closing out this video, but, I just want to talk some more about the looks here, because all I talked about was the turtles. Who knows? This video may go on for a lot longer. I don't get fucking paid for this shit. Or, I should say, I don't get paid nearly enough for this shit. I do get somewhat paid by YouTube, even though it's like fucking nothing. It might as well be nothing. But, like I said, I'm just disabling the ratings and comments because I don't want to hear people, this video's too fucking long. Oh, you support the Ninja Turtle movie? You're a fucking idiot. Or, are you talking about me? Even though I'm not talking about anybody. Again, I have support on both sides with this shit. I understand why people hate it, but you don't have to go as far as, if you don't like it, then stop fucking talking about it. The video I made on Ultra Street Fighter 4, I made that one fucking video. And then I'm like, I don't like this. I think this game is a piece of shit. And you know what? I didn't talk about it again. When Battlefield 4 was a piece of shit, guess what? I didn't fucking talk about it again. I played the fucking game. It was broken as all hell. I played it again, and it played a little bit better, but I still thought it was a piece of shit, and I didn't make another video on it. And it was just like, after my review / rant of that game, I stopped talking about it. Because me personally, I get over shit like that. I don't let it fucking, dwell. I don't dwell on it every fucking day. Like some of these people I've seen all week talk about this Ninja Turtle movie. Every fucking day. And copying and pasting quotes that people left in reviews from like Rotten Tomatoes and other places. And see, look, they're saying it's shit. And it's like, these other websites, they just want fucking clicks. They're not doing it because this is what was legitimately said. And even if someone legitimately said it was good, these guys are such fucking fanboys. They don't give a shit if anyone said it was good, because they only want to see what they want to see. That's the problem. And then if you call them a fanboy, they get offended. They'd say, oh, you're the fanboy. You're the one who accepts anything Ninja Turtles. And again, that's not fucking true. I don't like TMNT 3. I think that's a piece of shit. I think the 2007 movie is fucking disappointing. It had potential and it was disappointing. Even though I haven't seen it, I don't need to see it. Because there's a difference in, okay, this has no villains that I know. I don't care then about it. Why should I care about villains I don't know and they're not real as far as I know? If they're in the comics, okay, they're probably some fucking minor character that I've never heard of. But when you have it on a mainstream level and you're like, okay, we're not going to put Shredder in the movie, or Krang, or anybody, it's like, I'm not going to waste my fucking time with it then. So the 2007 movie, I'll probably give it a chance once I actually get some money to get it. And I find it and I'm like, oh, hey, there's that fucking movie for $5. I'll buy it. You know, but I'm not going to go out and make a special trip just to buy that fucking movie, just so I can do one video on YouTube about it. And I'll probably be disappointed. Because I was always interested in, like, hey, is Shredder in that movie? Or any notable villain? It's like, no. So then who's in it? And it's like some random fucking person I never heard of. Well, where does it fit in? People like to call that the fourth movie, which I don't think that's right. And that's the thing. They talk about, well, we defeated the Shredder. Like, so where the fuck does this take place? It's like, we didn't want to put Shredder in because reasons. So, you know, we're just not going to do it. So I don't know where it takes place. A lot of people say it takes place after the first 3 movies, and it's like technically the 4th movie, in quotes. I'm just not a fan. I just don't really have an interest in it. Just like the 2012 Ninja Turtles. I have no interest in it. I don't like the theme. You know, I'm not really big on the voice actors, which I think I didn't mention that. I said I was going to, and I didn't mention it. The voice actors. Yeah. I apologize for making this a lot longer than what it was, but again, I didn't expect it to be. I expected this to be a 20-minute video, and here it's over fucking, well, almost an hour, 56 minutes, 57 minutes actually, getting close to it. But the voice actors, you know, fucking, who am I thinking about here? The original voice actors, you had, was it Brian Tochi? Oh, here, I'm sitting at a fucking computer. Let me just go look. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I want to check and see. I apologize if that's really loud. MX Cherry... MX... Cherry MX Blue switches. I couldn't even think of what to call them. These Cherry MX Blue switches, they're really fucking clicky and really fucking loud, so I apologize. But let me check here. The voice cast. Here we go. That's who I thought. I thought it has Brian Tochi as fucking Leonardo. I thought he was fine. I never had a problem with him. Robbie Rist is probably my favorite Michelangelo as far as Michelangelo voice acting is concerned. Josh Payas as Raphael. I thought, personally, this was probably the best one. That's just me. Kevin Clash as Splinter sounded great. And then, oh, I guess this is still voice cast. David McCarran as Shredder. I actually thought he was really good. I don't think he reprised the same role in the second movie. I think it was somebody else. But, yeah, I thought he did good. And then, of course, oh, I guess Tatsu doesn't speak English, so it's not the same guy. I was like, how is that Tatsu? That doesn't even sound like a Japanese name. I knew he had some Japanese name. Toshishiro Obata as Tatsu. Of course, I didn't put some weeaboo fucking Japanese lisp on it. So, again, oh fucking well. But yeah, okay, that's interesting. So, the Shredder, I thought he had a good voice. I still don't think in this new movie we know who the Shredder is. People were saying it was that William Fichtner or whatever. And it's like, oh, he's a white Shredder. And, okay, I understand complaints with that. That, like I said, that's a legitimate complaint. The look of the turtles, that's a legitimate complaint. The fact that the new fucking song is shit because it was in the Michael Bay movie and not realizing, hey, this is how all fucking rap music sounds. Granted, I think it's shitty, but again, it's not out of the norm. It's not like, you know. But, I skipped one actor. Corey Feldman, of all people, I skipped for Donatello. Not a fan of Corey Feldman as Donatello. Corey Feldman's a good actor, I'm sure. I know some of the movies he's in that I haven't seen, like The Goonies. I know fucking sue me, I haven't seen the fucking Goonies. Somebody mentioned that to me once. I mentioned that to someone once. I was like, I've never seen the Goonies. And they, like, flipped the fuck out. Like, I've never fucking seen the Goonies. I know people who haven't seen Forrest Gump, but people who haven't seen fucking Home Alone. What the fuck are you doing? Especially Home Alone. That's a fucking Christmas movie. How the fuck have you had a Christmas and not seen that? But then again, I've never fully watched A Christmas Story and all that with the BB gun and all that bullshit. Because I didn't care. I was like, don't care about this movie, you know? It really doesn't do anything. But everybody has fucking seen Home Alone. Apparently not everybody, because the person I asked that to once, I'm like, oh my god, you've never seen this movie? But yeah, Corey Feldman, he just was like a copy-paste Michelangelo. I said this in my review. If you want to learn more about that, just watch my videos. But, I mean, just a basic rundown. I like everybody except Corey Feldman, pretty much. Not to say he's not a good actor, but he's just, the way he was written, it was shitty. Go ahead and go to the second Ninja Turtle movie. So the second movie, we have a random nobody, in quotes, as Donatello, which the guy's name is Adam Carl, but he has a red Wikipedia page, so, again, just there's nothing really to say about the guy. But I actually thought he was really good. I thought he was way better than Corey Feldman. Not to say Corey Feldman's voice sounds bad, it's just the way the character was. It didn't seem like a good character. It's not that his voice sounds bad. I don't mind Corey Feldman's voice for Donatello, and I think it's altered because I guess I don't really know what Corey Feldman sounds like. I've only seen him in Stand By Me, which I'm sure his voice was changing, so it's probably not an accurate depiction, and Friday the 13th, Part 4, The Final Chapter, which, again, he was a little boy then, so even then he didn't have a changed voice, I don't think. So, but you have Adam Carl as Donatello, I liked. Kevin Clash returning as Splinter, which is great. Lori Faso as Raphael, that sounds like a girl's name, not a boy's name, but out of curiosity, I just want to see. Oh, it is a boy. Wow. Sorry, I've never heard of Lori as a boy's name. But you have Lori Faso as Raphael. I actually thought he was really good. This guy was good too. Josh Payas I like a little bit more, but this guy's still good. David McCarran as Shredder. I don't remember if I said who that was before. Hold on. Oh, wow, what do you know? It's the same voice. Man, I don't know if he sounds like shit or what, but there was, I'm sure, a time that he sounded like shit. Like when he's like, there's only one thing next. Revenge. And like it sounds like shit, I think. I don't know if it's the filters or what, but to me it sounds like shit. But wow, I'm surprised. Same guy. Then you had the same guy doing Tatsu, okay, he was fine. Robbie Rist, great. Brian Tochi, great. And, yeah, some, you know, Frank Welker as fucking Toka and Razor, okay. Speaking of which... Oh, that's the guy who did Fred from fucking Scooby-Doo. I knew that sounded familiar. So yeah, the guy who voices Fred from Scooby-Doo is Toka and Razor. Cool. And then for the third movie, I won't answer that just yet. Let me go ahead and finish this video, I think. Let me go ahead and see some other stuff. I'll get that phone call later. I know it's been forever, but, you know, it's a long video. I'll put in, like, brackets or something, or parentheses, long video, because I apologize. I did not think this video was going to go on this long. Let's go ahead and look up a third movie. Let's go ahead and look up the third movie for fun. Where's the sequel here? Followed by a third film. Okay. So the voice cast, I believe, is all the same. Oh, nope. I forgot. Splinter. He sounds like shit. He looks like fucking shit. It looks like he was dropped in a fucking fryer at fucking Sonic. The only reason I say Sonic is because I used to work at Sonic dropping shit in the fryer. So it looks like I dropped Splinter in the fucking fryer. Looks like shit and he sounded like shit. James Murray, no wonder you have a red fucking Wikipedia page. Oh. Well, same difference. Yeah, I was looking at the live actors and it was actually the voice cast. Same fucking difference. James Murray, I don't care. If you were a fucking puppeteer, you're pretty shitty at that too. So, whatever. You have the same voice cast for the Turtles, but this guy for Raphael was changed to Tim Keller. Just want to see what he does. Oh, he has no fucking... He might as well have a red Wikipedia page, because it just says, this guy is an actor, a writer, and a director. And then it's like, here's some stuff about his life. I don't see anything about voice cast. So he must just not be on that. So again, I didn't care for the Raphael voice in here, but whatever. Now I'm gonna go check the 2007 one. Hold on a second. I'm sure I got a voicemail. Oh, what do you know? I didn't. It was my dad who called, but I'll just call him later. It's no big deal. Just seeing how my day went. But he doesn't know when to shut the hell up. No offense, but he doesn't. He doesn't know when to stop talking and just, you know, it's like, I want to relax in the evening. I don't want to talk to you for 40 fucking minutes. Hold on, I'm just getting to the voices here. Well, I guess everybody's a voice, so I'm not looking for voice cast. Yeah, you got the Mako guy who did Splinter. I don't know if it's uncredited for Splinter's Finnish voice actor, because I believe he passed away before he finished. I could be wrong. I don't really remember much about this movie, so I just want to see whose voice. Oh my god, Nolan North voices Raphael. What the hell? For those of you guys who don't know, Nolan North is the guy who does Nathan Drake in Uncharted. He also does some other people. Actually, I'm going to be right back. I'm still going to let the recording go. I just need to get a drink. My voice sounds like it's cracking a lot. One second. I have not talked this long in a long time. I usually, in the evenings, talk to people on, like, Skype and stuff. Well, used to. Back before, you know, everything got busy. When I used to not be as busy as I am now. I used to always talk on Skype a lot, so it's not. It feels empty inside when you're used to talking on Skype all the time, and then it's like, you know, the other person who you're usually Skype with, you know, is now at work or something. Because that's what it is like right now, so it's kind of hard for me to talk. But of course, like I said before, when I'm shouting and everything to talk during the day, it's kind of annoying. But yeah, getting back to the voice cast, Yeah, I don't remember a lot of these people. I don't really remember what the voice cast sounds like, so I'm probably just gonna skip on this. I'm looking at it for curiosity's sake, I guess. But yeah, who's the fucking villain in this movie? Is it this Colonel Santino or General Aguila? It's like Christina Aguilera's dad if he was like in the army. General Aguila. I want to say Aguilera for some reason when I see that. General Sir Plenty. General Gatto. Well, then who the fuck is the villain in this movie? As Karai. I think that's a comic book character from the Ninja Turtles. Yeah, it is a fictional character in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics. Somebody said Karai is in this new Ninja Turtle movie. I don't know who the character is, but I knew I'd heard of it. Yeah, from what I've seen, I don't. There's Patrick Stewart. Is he the villain? Max Winters, Yauty. When I read that, I of course think of the most wrong thing ever, and that's that yaoi fucking gay hentai shit. It's like anytime you see a tag for something, it's like, oh, you have to see all the really horrible tags. Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but for Christ's sake, man. When I have to see that, it's like, oh my god. Ben Jackson. I mean, just reading the fucking... Outside of the main cast, Raphael, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, Splinter, April, Casey Jones. Then after that, it goes all downhill because none of these guys have fucking Wikipedia pages. As far as the character. So it's not like Shredder. Shredder's a fictional character from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics and later in the 87, 2003, and I guess the 2012 show. I haven't watched it enough to really care, but I assume he's in that too. I don't know. But, you know, like these fucking actors, or not the actors themselves, but the characters. Like, who the fuck are these people? They don't even have fucking pages. This Karai girl has a page. Great, but Max Winters doesn't have a page. Ben Jackson doesn't have a page. Christina Aguilera's dad doesn't have a page. And all these other fucking generals. There's like 4 fucking generals. Oh, 3 generals and a fucking colonel. I don't know the ranking system. I always thought general was higher than colonel, but I guess maybe I'm wrong. Again, I don't fucking know, and I don't fucking care. What the fuck? Where are the actual... And, oh, I thought that said Dane Cook. Kevin Smith. I honestly thought it was a character being played by Dane Cook. I'm like, oh god, Dane Cook is in the movie? But Kevin Smith is in as Diner Cook. So, Kevin Smith makes a cameo. Okay, great. Not like I give a shit. But let's see here. How much money did this movie make? It was $34 million budget, which is pretty damn impressive, I would say. Maybe that shit didn't cost as much. And granted, you only have to pay for the voice cast, so... but $34 million is what this movie cost. And at box office, $95 million. So that's cool. And for whatever reason, it was in a Chinese theater first, then the United States. Interesting. And it was done by Warner Brothers and other people, and outside the U.S., I should say. It was done by the Weinstein Company. Oh my god, you know. You know you're delving into shit there if you're delving into the Weinstein Company. And the only reason I say that is because the only thing I know that they've done is the Rob Zombie's Halloween. And I have mixed opinions with the first one. I know a lot of people just downright hate it. I don't downright hate that movie, but... oh, man. But Halloween 2, oh my god, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is like downright. I'd rather watch Ninja Turtle. No, okay, I am going a little too far. I'd rather probably watch Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. At least that has tits or something remotely enjoyable. I know I'm going all over the place. I'm really slacking on the video, but I figured if it's a fucking hour, I might as well make it longer, so. Hopefully having that minimized didn't fuck anything up the recording. I don't think it did, but whatever. But yeah, we were talking about the voice cast. So that's the voice cast for this movie, you know, and all the other ones. So let's see who's in. See who's in it for the new movie. Now, I don't know if this is going to section off his voice cast. Okay, this is somewhat changing as the voice cast. You have Johnny Knoxville as fucking Leo. Now, I'll be honest. I thought that was a shitty call when I first heard that. But when I actually heard it in the trailer, I didn't think it sounded too bad. I mean, I can't say it sounded perfect, but, you know, I was really surprised. I didn't think Johnny Knoxville would sound as good as he did. I couldn't tell it was Johnny Knoxville. You've got basically the rest of these people playing the voice cast, I think, as themselves. I think they were also in the CGI suits or whatever. Like, not the CGI, motion capture, mocap suits. So, like, they have those bulbs that stick out of their bodies to, I guess, do the wireframes and whatnot for the CG. Kind of like how they do video games. Like, if you've ever seen, like, in Mortal Kombat, you have that mocap actual character, and that was actually, I guess that's how they did it. You know, that's how you can get stuff that looks realistic. So it's not like they're manually doing an animation in a program. They just got all that, and it just, you know, tracks their movements. So all these people are playing themselves, with the exception of the guy who's playing Leonardo, which is voiced by Johnny Knoxville. So I'm like, whatever. Tony Sahoob, he is playing the voice of Splinter. Just real quick, I want to see what he's done. Oh. He's in Spy Kids, Men in Black, and Cars, and Cars 2. And all this shit that I don't care about because I don't watch any of these things. So, again, that's what he was in. I don't know him in anything because I don't watch those things. So, Whoopi Goldberg. Now, I gotta be honest. The casting does sound fucked. I mean, Megan Fox, really? I understand why people have problems with Megan Fox. Okay, but, you know, sex sells, as the old saying goes, and, you know, I mean, I'm sure most guys don't mind looking at Megan Fox, so there you go. I'm not saying it's a good choice, I'm just saying there you go. I mean, it is what it is. Again, Will Arnett, I don't really know him for anything. Is he the guy from Will and Grace? Just out of curiosity. I don't know if he is, but I don't remember who was in that show, but no, it doesn't look like he was. I was just guessing. I don't know who Will Arnett is, so don't really care about him. You know, if I don't know him, there's not going to be anything I can say. It's not like, oh, I don't care. It's like, I'm disregarding the fact this person's playing. But, like I said, Megan Fox, I do think is a bad casting choice. You know, she's eye candy, and that's it. She's probably a block of wood as far as acting. I haven't seen her in any other movies other than Transformers, and that's really about the only thing I cared about as far as those Transformers movies go. Because I don't like Shia LaBeouf that much. The only thing I liked him in was Lawless. Okay, I never saw Indiana Jones, so I don't care about that, because I don't watch those movies. you know, and he was on that, I think, Even Stevens or some other kids show that I never watched because that was after my time for the most part. I'm just reading some of these articles real quick. Abby Elliott was in this movie as Taylor. I don't know who that would be. And then some guy playing Dr. O'Neill. Okay. Playing as Baxter Stockman. Is this guy black? I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that because if you guys do know the comics or you do know the 2003 cartoon, Baxter Stockman's black. You know? People who watch the 87 cartoon probably think he's white, but he's not. And that's another thing. I was just like, what the fuck? Why'd they change his, race? Did they think they were gonna get, in trouble for turning a black guy into a fly or something? Or was there a reason because he was black? It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Give me an explanation on that. This guy was in the Dark Knight. I don't know what he did. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't know if this guy is black. So I apologize. I can't vouch for this guy. Just a second. I just want to see if he is black. And it's not making a big deal about it, like I'm racist or anything. Obviously, you know why I'm making a big deal. I just fucking explained it. Hold on. He is black. Holy shit. So they did get that right. They did take a page from the comic. So there you go. Wow. That is pretty damn cool. I respect that. I do. I respect the fact that they made the guy black. Because that's what he was like in the comics. K. Todd Freeman. Go look him up. And there's your Baxter Stockman. Cool. Well, there's another pro point I could tack up for this. At least they did that. At least they're putting Baxter Stockman in this movie. I want to see Krang. I bet Krang will be in the future sequels. Again, that's if I go see them, if this movie doesn't completely suck. But this really isn't just going to be about the 2014 cartoon. Quite frankly, I did want to talk about the other stuff for Ninja Turtles, but I do think this video has gone shittier as I've gone along, but I can't help it. It's only been an hour and 22 minutes, but I think the last 20, 30 minutes have been kind of shitty, and I apologize. But if you have made it with me this far, I appreciate it. I know I'm not the most interesting voice to listen to, but I don't get paid enough to fucking care about a lot of this shit. And I'm sure there are a few people who do want to know my opinion. I mean, if my reviews got the views they did, there were people who wanted to fucking see it. So, and I don't see the point in making 600 videos on this. I just don't see the point. I'd rather make a big, long video to make up for all the videos I didn't have time to make. And quite frankly, I would typically be tired, but today I actually did a bunch of note-taking at work today. So I didn't actually have to physically do much. I did still have to do some things, but today I actually just took a bunch of notes, mostly. So. Alright, so there you go. Just to talk about Platinum Dunes real quick. Just go ahead and click on them just to talk about them real quick. So, you had Platinum Dunes, and typically they made horror movies. Okay, like almost 90% of their shit is fucking horror movies. very rarely is it not a horror movie. I mean, you look at it here. We got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, which I've not seen, but I'm sure it's okay. The 2005 Amityville Horror remake. I actually thought that was okay. Granted, the old one's okay, but I think this one polished it a little bit better. But after seeing this, I don't really care for like haunted house movies anymore. But they kept making a whole bunch of fucking horror movies. Just I'm not gonna list them all because most of these I haven't seen. I've only seen Amityville Horror, Friday the 13th, which I actually thought was pretty good. Nightmare on Elm Street, which was fucking balls. The Purge, which was balls. And that's it. Other than that, I haven't seen any of these other movies, and I don't really care to. So basically, I've seen like a lot of the remakes, with the exception of The Purge, which I think is a piece of shit. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool to see that that. Granted, like I said, I don't like a lot of these movies, but I liked Friday the 13th. I liked Amityville Horror. I hated The Purge, and I hated Nightmare on Elm Street. So we're gonna use this one to be the tiebreaker. Am I gonna hate the new Ninja Turtle movie, or am I gonna like it? Again, Friday the 13th in 3D. Just want to actually check that real quick. Huh. Okay. Well, whatever. Just wanted to read that real quick. And I don't give a shit how long this fucking video is getting anymore. I really don't. I know it's a bunch of dead air right now. But I want to get everything out here about the new Ninja Turtle movie so I can, say, hey, this is what I thought about it whenever before, and here's what I think now. Because the review, I guarantee you, will be a lot shorter. For one, I won't be rambling, and two, I don't really have anything to do this evening, and I'm kind of pissed off, and, I just wanted to talk about it, and when you drive home from work, to and from work, it's like you get to thinking about things, even whenever I do that at school, when I used to go to college and stuff, it'd take me 20 minutes to get home, so it's like, fuck, you had a lot to think about. Just every day I'd wake up and see shit like this on Facebook and fucking YouTube and everywhere, and it just got to the point that I was just like, oh my god, I just need to make a video about it, because it's like the day before the movie. Again, I do plan on seeing it. I just want to see if I've missed anything, and then I'll probably close off the video. Hopefully for real, because I do need to call my dad back. Oh, yeah. Recently they had something in Australia. They had a release, for this movie, right? And in America, these movies get released at different times. So again, a lot of little things that are out there. And for us it releases August 8th. But for Australia, it releases September 11th. Now, as you know, that's a pretty big day for Americans. And apparently there was a poster that had a exploding skyscraper or something. That's what it says on Wikipedia. I don't really remember. I just remember seeing a big orange explosion in the background. And it offended many people, which are really, I think that's really trying to grab for straws. Granted, I'm not saying September 11th was a minuscule thing, but I mean that seems to be really. I mean, at first I thought it was obvious. I was like, "Oh my god, how could you not think that?" But after reading it again, it was just in Australia. It was just a little thing like that. And I thought it was for something else. Like, I thought it was for some kind of promo ad, you know, and it wasn't just Australia for the movie. You know, because from what I understood, that's what it was. It was just a promo ad, and, oh, it just happened to be that. I'm like, well, yeah, that sounds pretty obvious, but it's not even in America. You know? I do think that's a bit more picking at straws. Again, not saying September 11th wasn't a big deal. Again, everybody saw it on TV. Where were you when, you know, September 11th happened? You know, and of course I was in school, like most people. Unless you're an adult, then you're probably just going to work. I mean, it was literally one of the most generic kind of questions. Most people were going to work or were at school. And then it was just pretty much like, let's just think about it for the whole day. It was like, you know. And if you live where I live, fuck, who gives a shit about it? And I'm not saying it's not a big deal. I'm not saying it to contradict myself in that way. I'm just saying it doesn't affect anybody around here. It affected a lot of people in New York. But that's kind of what I'm saying with the Australia thing. It's like, yeah, it's September 11th. It's a big deal, but for Christ's sake. It's not like this was like, oh, premiering in the U.S. on September 11th, and that was the ad. It had been more blatantly obvious, but it was like, I mean, who would have even thought about it? You know, it's a skyscraper. It wasn't like it was the World Trade Center blowing up on the poster. Or the Statue of Liberty or something. I mean, it was literally a fucking skyscraper. I mean, I'm sorry, that seems like grabbing for straws. But again, sucks what happened, you know, for September 11th, even though it doesn't affect people like me. And I understand when people say who gives a shit, around here at least. I'm not saying it's not a big deal, but it is like, you know, you can't seriously take that as a personal attack when you weren't even affected by it. You know? Like, you don't live in New York, and you don't have family most likely in New York. Granted, it was a big deal. It was, pretty tough to watch. But it's like, for Christ's sake, I mean, most people are over it by now. It's like a lot of people just use it as a sympathy thing. Like, like especially when it comes to making YouTube videos. Like, I'm not sitting here making a September 11th video being like, oh, hey, I feel for the families at 9/11. It's like, I don't know anybody who was there. And if it, does affect you, that sucks, man. That sucks in that way that, that you have to be affected by it, And if it offends you, I mean, that sucks. And I do apologize for people who, did have to go through any kind of problem like that. But people need to quit acting like some of this shit is just like, acting like everything is just right in their backyard and at home. I mean, you can talk about September 11th, and yeah, people remember it, but not that many people get offended. Like, don't talk about that, it offends me. Like, that's what this was. It was bullshit. It's not saying that the attacks weren't a big deal. They were. It's fucking televised, for Christ's sake. But you can't act like it's just like, oh, hey, look at how many people have this problem. Or, how many times do we talk about other things? Like, people who don't have a house to live in. The homeless people, helping them out. Same deal, You don't ever talk about that. You just want to talk about something because it's a pop culture big thing. Something that happened. Like, oh, yeah, see, look. But there's stuff happening right now, and you don't want to fucking talk about it. I mean, that's grabbing for straws, man. But anyway, I mean, I'm sure that, people are, I mean, yeah, like I said, when I first read it, I'm like, how dumb could you fucking be to release something like that on September 11th? But again, you read the part in Australia, it's like, oh. It's not like it was like in America, a promotional piece was released with this, Nobody around the world really got, how many times do you hear something about, you know, something terrible that happened in another country and hear Americans crying about it? They don't. Whatever happens overseas, you hear it on the news, and it's literally just a fucking. It's another day. Oh wow, something happened over in Iraq. Unless you have family that's soldiers or something over there, most people just, oh, that sucks, and then they go on. Not everything that's tragic is a personal attack. You know, and I think that the way people are receiving is, again, if it had not been a Michael Bay thing, I don't think people would have reacted the way they did with this. But yeah, I feel like I've been on that topic too long as well. But yeah. Oh, here we go. Reception. Wow, this actually got a section now. This wasn't on here a few days ago. Because I looked. The reception of the film. The film was panned by critics. The film holds a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes based on 37 reviews. Neither entertaining enough nor remarkably awful, may bear the distinction of the dullest movie ever made with talking bipedal reptiles. Again, this could apply to any of the fucking Ninja Turtle movies. It's literally just people think it's ridiculous because it's fucking Ninja Turtles standing on two, they're literally Ninja Turtles. It sounds stupid. They're not going to care. Pokemon, same thing. People don't give a shit about pocket monsters and these things from Japan that say their own fucking name. It's stupid. But hey, there's people out there that like it. There's going to be a fan and a hater of something. I'll never understand why people play the Pokemon games anymore. Granted, you play the ones from your childhood, okay. That's your childhood. But fuck, people my age and older still playing Pokemon. Like, fuck. Like, goddamn. Still playing that shit? And it's not like it's creative. It's not like it's interesting or creative or anything like that. It's literally nothing. Is just like a dying franchise that is like grabbing onto every straw it can. And for whatever reason, people still buy it, like Call of Duty and shit like that, But. Oh, the soundtrack. I could talk about that. The film score was composed by Brian Tyler. Soundtrack was released by Atlantic Records on August 5th, 2014, which was just a few days ago. Actually, 2 days ago. Tuesday. Same day Need for Speed came out. A great movie, by the way. If you guys don't have Need for Speed, you should pick that up. Underrated video game movie, in my opinion. I didn't listen to much of the soundtrack. Somebody posted it on YouTube. Well, they actually gave their thoughts and gave the link on YouTube in the description. And I checked it. And, I mean, the score sounded, like I said, I only heard the first track, which was the Ninja Turtles song, which I guess this is the main theme. Didn't do anything for me, so maybe I'm just not familiar with Brian Tyler's soundtracks. Before this, he did Thor the Dark World, and the upcoming one after Ninja Turtles is Expendables 3, which I've not seen the Expendables films. So yeah, I don't have any opinion on the soundtrack. I don't. And in this soundtrack, obviously, Knock Knock, you're about to get shell-shocked. That's not in this. It's literally a composed soundtrack, not like music from a motion picture. Video game. There's going to be a video game for this, I guess. Some unknown developer. I say that because I've never heard of Magic Pockets. They plan on releasing a game for it. They basically make portable games. Bunch of no-name video games. Bunch of portable shitty games. Fucking Ants. Ants Extreme Racing. That got something outside a movie. If I'm thinking it's the same Ants. Oh my god, it is. Holy shit. It's released in 2002. What the fuck? Yeah. So again, the game's probably gonna be shitty, but whatever. I just thought I would say that. Release a 3DS game. A mobile game is also based on the film. Oh, and it was released July 24th, 2014. Don't know nothing about it. Don't know nothing. I don't know anything about it, and I don't care to. These kind of games I would never buy. Planned sequels. Interview that they've signed on for 3 TMNT films. Liebsman and Fuller, whoever Fuller is, I'd probably have to scroll up, has confirmed that Casey Jones as well as Bebop and Rocksteady will appear in the films. Which, that's cool. Granted, this is Wikipedia we're talking about, but hey, at least sounds like they're going to try with this movie. But I think I've literally read everything on Wikipedia. I think I've given everything I could possibly give for an opinion on this movie. Again, if you like it, cool. If you don't like it, cool. I request that, you know, at least if you don't like it, please just, you know, it's not to say I'm trying to say you can't have an opinion, but there is a point to where it's like, okay, there's a difference in not liking the movie and just going out of your way every single day or every single time something comes out to hate on it. You know, it gets quite pathetic after a while to read. But again, if you don't like it, hey, don't watch the movie, don't pay money to see it. Keep your old Ninja Turtle stuff that you like. I'm not saying you can't like the movie. I'm not saying you have to like the movie. I'm not saying you have to dislike the movie. I'm simply giving my opinion on the Ninja Turtles film and the other shit that I haven't talked about with Ninja Turtles, which was, you know, partially some of the other things, which I'll probably talk about Ninja Turtles a little more in the future. I think this video went on way too long. Hour and 42 fucking minutes. Oh my god. You know, I only have like 6 hours of fucking downtime before I have to go to bed. Well, yeah, 6 hours. 6 hours of downtime, and I wasted a third of it here doing this video. But it's worth it because I haven't made too many videos recently, and I could just let this upload overnight. It's not really going to be a big deal. I know there's not going to be that many people that see it. I don't know how fast it'll upload. Quite frankly, I don't care. I'm just going to probably put it in 480p just to compress it a little bit better. Since it is just an audio thing, I'll get a good high-definition picture, but just for file size space and because of the length, typically I'd put this in HD. But again, I'm going to disable comments, ratings, and I probably won't put this in HD. But if I do review the film, I will probably end up doing the HD picture, maybe a different picture. But I just want to talk about, everything. You know, just wanted to make a big video on Ninja Turtles. So, hope you guys did enjoy it. I thank you for getting this far. If you shut it off in the middle, I completely understand. Again, if you're going to rip on me for it, though, again, remember, you had to watch the whole video. But I know if someone's going to rip on me, they're not going to watch the whole video. Unless they really hate me or really want to nitpick me. But again, I'm getting very tired now, as I was about 40 minutes ago to an hour ago making this. But I do need to make a phone call, and I need to eat some supper. Because it's only 6:40 right now. So I've literally been talking about this since 5 o'clock. So, again, I appreciate you guys listening. Thanks for watching and all that. Thanks for sticking with me. I know it's a long video, but I had to get everything in there. And I honestly thought at the 50-minute mark or whatever that I was going to be done, but I wasn't, surprisingly. So I just wanted to tack on everything I could possibly think of. If I do think of some other things to talk about, as far as Ninja Turtles goes, it's probably going to be the shows. So maybe I'll talk about them. Not review each individual episode, just talk about the show. You know, or give my thoughts on a movie, or, you know, the remaining movies, like Turtles Forever or something like that. Or talk about the next mutation, or even some, like, really shitty tapes, like fucking Turtles tunes and all that fucking bullshit. But anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching, listening, whatever. And hope I cleared up any questions. If you do have to ask me any questions, you know, feel free, I guess. You obviously can't do it on this video, but I don't think you would have made it this long if you're just gonna rip on me or whatever. So, and obviously, if it's a negative question, I'm not even gonna fucking answer it. So you might as well just save your fucking breath and keystrokes. Stroke your dick instead, because that would be better than typing a fucking hate message to me about how I'm a fucking idiot for going to go see this movie. Because I know people are gonna say it. I know, because you just know at the end of the day that people are gonna say you're fucking this and that for seeing it. But whatever. I feel like I'm stretching this on now. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Gonna go ahead and get a picture, put it on here, save, and then put it up for you guys to see. Might be up tonight, might be up tomorrow, depending on how the upload speeds go, but, you know, hope you did enjoy this as far as Ninja Turtle video. I am going to put it in the playlist for Ninja Turtle videos, so if you happen to skip this video in the playlist because you don't like it, that's fine. But I just wanted to talk about that, you know, and get all the rage and frustration and aggravation and mixed opinions and things about this new Ninja Turtle movie. Again, I did not 100% defend this. I do have problems with it, but I do want to give it a chance to give my final thoughts. And if I do a review on it, it's not going to be very long. I would say 20-30 minutes at most. It's really not going to be any longer than my other reviews, but I just really wanted to talk about this, you know, just for fun. And this was supposed to be a 20-minute video, and it ended up being an hour and 47 fucking minutes. And as you can see, my voice is like dying now. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I know I said that like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times, but seriously this time I'm going to end the video. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys probably for my Ninja Turtle 2014 review. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.